Morning, everybody. It's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. I hope you're having a great morning. It is a beautiful fall morning here in Texas. Don't know where you are, but wherever it is, I hope it's a beautiful, glorious morning like we are looking at today. Today is the 18th of October. It's almost Halloween, which means the holidays are right around the corner. And I wanted to jump in this morning because I saw something on the television over the weekend, and I thought, I really need to talk about that because it is a situation that I see all the time, and it's a problem that I get questions about all the time. So let's say this is about your auto and your auto insurance. And so you decide one day you're going to go to the grocery store and you realize you get in your car and you've got a chip or a runner or a crack in your windshield. And you say to yourself, I really need to check in my insurance and find out how I can get that replaced. Most people know what their coverages are. This is comprehensive coverage, which pays for the repair of or replacement of your windshield. A lot of times there is a deductible depending on what you chose at the time you wrote the policy. There are a lot of states, Arizona being one of them, that actually mandates guaranteed replacement cost on your windshield because they are very expensive. The average windshield today on an average vehicle runs about $1,000. The higher end vehicles, the newer vehicles, because of all of the electronics that are built into them, can be much, much more. Mine, for example, I just had mine done. It was almost $2,000. And so that's a lot of money for a windshield. So you get to the parking lot of a grocery store, or even if you go get your car washed, and you see these little tents that are up that say, oh, stop by and we'll replace, we'll fix your windshield, we'll get your windshield all taken care of, and it doesn't cost you anything. That is a specific ad that I saw this weekend on the television. So you think, great, that's perfect. I'll go do what I need to do. We'll drop my car off, take care of it. The guy's very friendly. And he says, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything. We'll get everything taken care of with your insurance, da-da-da-da-da. And so you go in and you get everything taken care of. You come back and you get your car, and lo and behold, they've either fixed it or they've replaced your windshield or whatever the circumstances is. And then you go along your merry way. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, this isn't costing me anything. That's fantastic. What in life doesn't cost you anything anymore? So then six months later or a year later, you get your insurance renewal, and lo and behold, your insurance rates have changed. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the rates have changed because you had a windshield replaced, but it can be. It could be that the rates have just changed. Here in Texas, for example, the rates change all the time, and so that's why we shop insurance all the time. We shop rates. That's what we do. That's as an agent, that's what I do. That's why I have as many carriers as I do, to make sure that when my client does get a renewal and they don't like it, that I have options. I have other places that we could potentially move their policy. So you get your renewal and boom, you got a rate change. And so you call your agent, and the agent's like, oh, well, you know what, John, I see that you've had 3 windshield claims in the last year and a half. Okay, so if you've got a newer model vehicle, you're probably looking at a $6,000 or $7,000 payout that the insurance company has paid for those windshields. So my question to you is, do you honestly think that if an insurance company paid out that kind of money, that you aren't going to see it in your rates? Guys, you are. If you're being told by anybody that insurance claims, when they're paid out, don't affect you, I don't care if it's a towing claim, a rental claim, a roadside assistance claim, a windshield reclaim, whatever it is, everything is looked at when you go to get your renewal. It's just reality. And if you're being told something different than that, then whoever's telling you that is not being truthful. I'm here to tell you that every single thing that is paid out on your behalf by your insurance company will be looked at renewal. I'm not saying that there's a guarantee that you're going to have a massive rate insurance rate, but think about it. They're paying all this money out for windshield repairs. They're going to have to recoup that money some way. They just are. It's just logical. So don't get caught in these marketing schemes where you see them at grocery stores or car washes, or sometimes they're at big fairs or in drugstore parking lots where they offer this service, but then they tell you, well, don't worry about it. It's not going to cost you anything. Well, maybe not at that particular second. It's not going to cost you anything, but 6 months or a year later, it could cost you. It could cost you a 10% rate increase. So I just want you to be careful about using those types of services without asking a lot of questions. Ask them, how does this process work? Are you going to turn it into my insurance company? And if they say yes, then you need to stop right there and either call your agent and ask your agent that question. Or if you can't get your agent, you need to call your carrier and specifically ask the question, if I have this windshield replaced, is it going to affect my rates at renewal? Be very specific and be very direct, because the last thing that you want is to be under the assumption this is not going to you're not going to get penalized for using your insurance, and then boom, you do. Now, I'm not here to tell you not to use your insurance. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you that you have to be realistic and you have to do your research. You have to do your due diligence. In this is a contractual agreement that you're in with your insurance company. And so there's due diligence on both sides, the insurance company and you. So you need to do your due diligence and understand what your responsibilities are. Understand what your coverages are. Make sure you know what your deductibles are. Make sure you have signed paperwork. All of that is your due diligence, and so is this. Going to one of those little pop-up facilities is great, and it's convenient and all of that, and they normally do a really good job, and they're normally very friendly because they live on sales. Okay, so I just want you to be realistic and stop for a second and just, okay, I need to call my agent, or I can't get my agent, so let me get my ID card and let me call my carrier, just to make sure that you're on the same page as your insurance company. So in 6 months, you're not opening up that envelope and going, oh my God, I've got a rate increase. And then you call your agent and the agent's like, well, gosh, I didn't realize that you had 6 or 7 windshield claims. Because here's the thing, guys, if you have a windshield claim and you carry $1,000 deductible, what is the point of turning this into your company? Because if the responsibility of the deductible is yours, which it is, then any bill that you have for your insurance, you are responsible for the first $1,000. So do you really think a $1,200 or $1,300 or even a $1,500 windshield is worth potentially the change in your rate at renewal? It's all those things that you kind of have to think about in this insurance business. It's a balancing act sometimes, and the best way to understand all of that is to work with somebody that truly understands all of the nuances of insurance, and that is dealing with a licensed insurance professional. So I don't mean to burst your bubble on this beautiful Monday, but it was a subject that I saw, and I thought that it needed to be addressed here on my YouTube channel. So please stop by the channel and give me a thumbs up if this helps. I certainly hope it does. There is a lot of confusion on this particular subject. I'd love to hear from you. So if there's something I can do for you personally, please reach out to me, and you can reach me at my office, which is 832-391-8271. Or of course, you can go to my website, which is www.kds-insurance-services.com. And I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe to the channel, because that continues to help me to get these videos out there for you. Again, these are for educational purposes only. I'm just here to try to help you, to try to make the insurance world not seem quite so confusing, and so you have a better grasp of what you have and the questions that you need to ask when you're working with your licensed insurance professional. So that's it for this beautiful Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week. Get out there and hit the road running, and I hope it's a very productive one. Please stay safe, and God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.